were actually prefer if people didn't say the Cubs. But, I mean, if you think it's the Cubs, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, no, Cub. Yeah, well, that's because the article was about their 2016 season, which was great defense.
Right. I got you. So when we do those, we just send out, just try and give you some reference points, because not every time we come up with a topic, there's something I can send you to reference to. So that's just it was just an older reference
I
point.
just made the updates on that group. Give it like 20 minutes and you should see it.
Doug, can I get you to tilt down a touch?
Okay, let me just check tilt this like that.
A little too much. Can you go a touch more up? Sorry. I was just trying to get rid of that light above your head. Yep, right there. Perfect.
Oh,
you got it?
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Doggy fresh.
Cool, you got me here. This is Kevin.
I got you, Katie.
Awesome.
Bruce, Doug, you guys got me?
I got you.
Got it, fellas. Bruce is frozen.
Hey, Cole, don't forget we got to do the best of stuff after.
No, I got that. It's all ready to roll, man.
Okay. All right, cool.
All ready to roll. We actually could have done it earlier, but it's all good. I don't know if you guys would be ready. I didn't want to.
Yeah, maybe we'll get in the habit of doing them before next week.
That's cool. Hey, who you want to start with when we come out of the match shot, Malik?
We can start with Doug.
Doug, you go.
All righty. Yeah, I'm just checking out my infield list here. Yeah, and is it stuck? Is it just the left side, or is it just any?
Just the left side, because we're talking about
Left side.
Baez, and Bryant.
Mm-hmm. And it's all around. It's not just defense.
Correct. Total package.
Total package. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Baez and Bryant are pretty tough.
Yeah.
The reason why we're talking about it is because they would have been playing the Padres today.
Padres today.
Yeah. So, and the Padres is
game 2 before game.
Right.
The Padres with their young guns.
Well, they have Machado and Tatis, right?
Mm-hmm.
On their left side of their infield.
That's pretty good.
You could say, though, for your money's worth, that in that same division, that Turner and Seager will give you, for your money's worth, only because of how much you're paying Machado. I feel like Turner is a way better value, because last year their numbers were daggone close.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of good choices. Try to see. I like the Indians. I just know Ramirez had a really bad first half. But man, this guy. Let's see, what did he hit in the second half? Second half. let me turn off my printer just in case it starts firing up. Yeah, he hit 327 in the second half. 1105 OPS. That's a tough one.
How about Moncada and Tim Anderson?
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. But that
Pretty
Moncada's,
good
well,
too.
is he gonna play second or third? I guess he did play third too. Let's see.
I mean, I feel like Tim Anderson is one of the most slept on players in all of baseball, man.
Oh yeah, he's tough, and he's swinging too. He's in a swing.
Right? Yeah, he ain't getting cheated ever.
No, exactly. This one I like. What was that? Okay, good to know. Turn this beeping sound off.
Doug, as I'm just looking at, Tony had as his center fielder on the Ultimate Cubs lineup. He had Kenny Lofton. Do you know Kenny at all?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I played with him in that 1 year. Yeah.
Who's faster?
I don't know. When I played with him, we were both pretty old, so I don't know. I don't think we were trying to race without blowing out a hammy. But
right.
yeah, Kalo can run, man. He's such a great base stealer too. Just
Absolutely.
He had it down. Yeah, he just, man. Yeah, it was fun to see his name come up to the Hall of Fame. He had tons of hits. I mean, did he have 3,000 hits? He had. Let me look it up here.
I think so. I think he came close, but it's. I mean, he's a guy that. I mean, he didn't even play baseball in college until they asked him to pinch run.
Yeah, right.
It's like he was on the basketball team at Arizona.
Yeah, he was amazing how much he picked up that sport. One of the fun things I used to laugh every time, never got old, was if 3-ball count and the ball, he knew it was a ball out of the hand, he'd already have his batting gloves taken off as the ball was halfway to home. It was just hilarious.
Nice.
It was hilarious. He could see it like right out of the hand. He knew it was a ball or not, and he just like took his gloves off. It was so ridiculous.
Nice.
Yeah, he had 66, 70, 60, 54 to 75 stolen bases in 5 straight years. It was like,
that's official, man.
Yeah,
that's good.
2,400 hits, hit 299. Oh man, wow, 299.
That's gotta be rough, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're at 299, it's like, just give me 3 more at bats, please. 3 more.
Oh my gosh.
Hey Bruce, if you could decide to your left to touch, you're all set. Brandon looks good though.
I was like, what did Willie Mays bat? Like 301? Is that Willie Mays' lifetime? It's like, ooh,
yeah, Willie Mays. Yeah, I mean,
he had so many at bats though.
I think Mark Grace hit like 300 on the nose.
On the nose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mays hit 302.
302.
Chipper. Yeah, Mark Grace. Let's see. 303. Mark Grace hit 303. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Kenny Lofton, I see him every time I played out at the golf course Braemar here in LA.
Oh, yeah,
he's out there on the driving range every time.
Yeah, every time. So yeah, what do you do? Sitting on a Brinks truck and just home. Is he still single? Like I don't know if he ever.
I think he is. Yeah, because I play with TD, and that was his course. And like we'd see him all the time, and I'm like, he said that he's single. He's like TD said, every time I'm here, every day that dude is on the driving range. TD was like, I don't even know if the dude ever even plays.
he's just out there driving,
practicing.
I don't know.
Right?
I wonder if he still has the same cell. Chipper Jones 303 lifetime. Let's see.
What's up, Bruce?
How we doing?
Doing well, man. How are you?
What are you, Doug? About a 270?
Oh, batting average? Yeah, 277. Yeah.
Pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
and if I eliminated the Atlanta Braves from baseball, that would have been, I might have been a 290 hitter.
Nice.
I was facing Hall of Famers every day. Ridiculous.
What's going on, guys?
Tony Tone in the house. What's up, baby?
What's up?
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let me get my VMix on. Oh, there we all are. There it is. Rundown. Got the rundown. And then, oh yeah. So the MVP. We're talking about 2016. What do we do with that MVP discussion?
I didn't understand that, Doug, because I didn't see any. We're just talking about how Chris Bryant won the MVP, and then Javi was a runner-up, and we're talking about the left side of the infield. You know, because then if we're in the season today, it'd be game 2 of a 4-game set.
He's talking about the D segment. So the D segment, the MVP segment is if the Cubs we're playing off Jermaine Dye because Jermaine Dye is on one of our shows. And he was a World Series MVP. If the Cubs are to win the World Series, what position or player needs to outperform for them to do that?
Yeah. Who needs to come through like Jermaine Dye or Ben Zobrist in 2016?
Right. You can say relief pitching. You can say, a player if you want to. Just anything like that. You could say the manager.
Yeah.
Francisco Cabrera back in the day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Gosh, David Ross. He must be pulling his hair out trying to get his first season done. You're just like,
good thing he's
stuck
bald.
At home. Yeah, is that right?
Can you imagine all the rookies? Like, oh man, I finally I made it. Like I'm here. Like let's go. And then
no, I know. Or just some veteran is like his last year planning to retire, and you're just sitting there. Like, do I retire? Do I just shut it down? You know.
I wonder how many decisions this will influence.
A lot. Yeah, because you try to pick a team. I mean, I just think of the strike year.
What's up, Tony? You hear me?
A guy like Matt Kemp.
Gotcha.
And what does he do?
Hey, Tony, can I get a 10 count from you if you don't mind? This is Kevin.
Sure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That looks good.
Are you guys all seeing my message I just put?
Yep. Oh, wait, let's put up.
I'm not seeing it yet.
His face, but that's all right when I do the chat.
You see it now, Doug?
The hi everyone.
Okay, cool. Yep. So that's how we'll dictate who goes next, and I'll just kind of lead you guys so we're not talking over each other.
Okay.
But in the A block, we're just reacting to what Manfred said. So Cole's going to introduce you guys, and then after the introduction, he'll tee up the sound. He'll stop. We'll pause real quick. Then I'll count him back in to rejoin, and then once we rejoin there, he's going to come to you first, Doug. Just reacting to what Manfred said about how if players aren't safe and don't feel safe in this environment and don't want to play, that's their decision, and we'll adjust accordingly. Basically, is what he said. Just paraphrasing.
Yeah, I saw that. I was CNN, and I was like, okay, well, Blake Snell.
I know.
Like, all right, I'm not playing, and he's like, the game will go on.
Did Blake Snell go to Penn too, Doug?
I don't think I ran into him there.
Doug went to Penn, and Snell went to State Penn.
State Penn. Okay.
Let's keep. I love it, Bruce.
We're all friends here.
So we'll go in that for that first chat. Just to start, we'll go Doug, Tony, and then Bruce, and then I'll have Cole tee somebody up, and we'll keep going. But we'll have about 7 minutes to chat in the A block, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm all.
Hey, Kevin, whenever you want to give me a call single, just let me know that you're ready. All right, Cole, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go, everybody. Let's have a good show. Good energy out there, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, and welcome to a Friday installment of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. Back again, I'm Cole Wright, and on today's episode, well, Alec Mills, he's going to stop by to talk everything that involves 2020, plus everyone that's on our panel. Well, they selected an ultimate Cubs lineup. Of course, that's the best 9 top to bottom in the history of the Cubs franchise, and you can see it over on MarqueeSportsNetwork.com. And oh, by the way, I went in center field. I went with Jim Edmonds. Now, Mr. Cubs 360, Bruce Levine of 670 The Score and Marquee Sports Network. Well, he went with Andy Pafko in center field. And Doug Glanville, he's smarter than all of us up here combined. He went to Penn, as we know, Ivy League education. Well, he went with Kiki Kyler in center field. And our Marquee Sports Network manager of digital content, Tony Andracki, he went with a guy who started out playing basketball in college, but then was asked to pinch run for his collegiate baseball team. That's Kenny Lofton. All right, guys, there's no wrong answers there, only right answers. Jim Edmonds right there. Now, let's attack the day because we're going to start with the conversations being had with the owners and the players as it comes to getting back to playing. Now, Commissioner Rob Manfred. Yep.
Yeah, we got to stop down. Something on our end. Give me a second.
Tony was talking when Kyler is Kyler, isn't it?
That's
Kai?
correct.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah,
I-
it is Kai.
Is it
know,
Kai Kai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kai Kyler. I think it's. I know
Oh,
it
it
was
was
weird.
Kiki
I
Kyler,
picked
my
him
bad.
and I called it Kika, and then I think Tony, you were on with me. It's like I think it's Kai. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds good either way.
Well,
Very
I'm glad we
unique.
stopped down then. Yeah, I thought it was Kiki. My bad.
That's crazy pronunciation. I don't know why. Kai.
Right.
Two, 1.
Oh, stop. My bad. Malik, I didn't hear you count me in until I heard 1. My bad.
Okay, here we go. 3,
You're
2,
good. Yep.
1.
Hey there, it's Friday, and welcome to another edition of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. Once again, I'm Cole Wright, and on today's episode, well, Alec Mills, he's going to stop by to discuss everything involved with 2020 and how he's staying fresh and ready. And speaking of staying fresh and ready, all of our panelists today, they chose an ultimate Cubs lineup, top to bottom, 1 through 9, plus a bench player. You can check them out over on MarqueeSportsNetwork.com. And in center field, I went with Jim Edmonds and Mr. Cubs 360, Bruce LeBon. Oh, my goodness. Why did I just bump your name, Bruce?
Just call me
I
Kai.
like the zoom in. I like the zoom in.
All good, Cole. No worries.
All good.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Back again for a Friday installment of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. I'm Cole Wright once again. Now, on the show today, Alec Mills, he's going to stop by to discuss 2020 and how he's staying fresh and ready. And when it comes to staying fresh and ready, well, all of our panelists today, they picked an ultimate Cubs lineup, which, oh, by the way, you can check out over on MarqueeSportsNetwork.com. And when it comes to center fielders, well, I went with Jim Edmonds, Mr. Cubs 360, Bruce Levine. He went with Andy Pafko in the big field. It's a pretty good pick right there. And our Ivy Leaguer, Doug Glanville, former Cub, a member of that 2003 NLCS team, he had Kai Kyler in center field. Who would have known? And how about our Marquee Sports Network digital content manager, Tony Andracki, going with a guy who played basketball in college and was a pinch runner on his baseball team at Arizona. That's Kenny Lofton. He could steal a base or two, that's for sure. Now, no wrong answers there, guys. Only right answers. And right is spelled with a W, and Jim Edmonds in center field. Now, let's attack the day because we have plenty to get to, and we'll start with the conversations, of course, being had between Major League Baseball and the Players Association. And Commissioner Rob Manfred, well, he was on CNN. He spoke to Anderson Cooper and Dr. Sanjay Gupta about how everything will unfold as we approach 2020. Let's listen up.
All right, Cole. Going to Doug here first.
All right. You
Doug, Tony, then Bruce. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, gang. So we heard Commissioner Manfred. He said he's not going to force players to play. And Blake Snell, we heard him just the other day. And he said, well, he's not going to play for any less money. So, Doug, when it comes to 2020 actually getting underway, what's going to happen if the stars of the game, like Mike Trout's, like Chris Bryant's, like Cody Bellinger's, if those guys, if they decide to say no?
Oh, that's going to be a tidal wave if you have that many star players sitting out on this. So, I mean, it's the right move by Commissioner Manfred to say, okay, it's your choice. So if you have a economic issue or whatever, a health issue, you may decide to say, okay, I'm not going to play. So, he kind of threw it out there. But of course, you have a certain iconic nature of the brand of baseball and the players stepping in who are of that caliber, Mike Trout, Javi Baez, players that people want to see. And that's going to be important to maintain this, because once they start stepping off, then it's easier for other players to say, well,
it's our fault. Our fault. Sorry, we're just having some issues with something. But Cole, we'll just pick it up right when you tee Doug.
Okay.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
My recording's back.
Okay. All right, here we go, Cole. 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, we heard Commissioner Manfred. He said that he's not going to force players to play. We also heard what Blake Snell had to say the other day. He said he's not going to play for any less money. So, Doug, what happens if the big names, the stars like Chris Bryant, like Mike Trout, like Cody Bellinger, if they decide to say no to 2020?
Well, baseball would have a big problem because those stars really set the tone, not only for the fact that they are the icons of the game. Oh, yeah. You guys, I hear the reverb there. It's not my mic or anything, is it? Let me check, I think. Check my sound. Headphones. Audio.
Your mic's open.
Yep. Our apologies, guys. We'll pick it up the same spot, Cole and Doug.
All right. Yep. No, all good.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Doug, we heard Commissioner Manfred speaking on health and safety issues with Anderson Cooper and Dr. Sanjay Gupta. He said he won't force players to play, but we heard what Blake Snell had to say. He said he won't play for any less money. So when it comes to 2020 getting underway, what happens if the stars like Mike Trout, Chris Bryant, Cody Bellinger, if they say no?
Well, then baseball does have a big problem because you're talking about the icons of the game. That's who people come to see. And in the case they can't come with no fans, then you're going to watch these players. And you want to know about Mike Trout and the records he's always threatening. So these iconic figures are going to be important. And plus, they also set the tone. So all of a sudden, Trout's not playing, Bellinger's not playing. Then you look and say, well, the ripple effect of what that's going to say to the rest of the players about the safety. So it is a personal issue. Every player's situation is different from a health and comfort level. And I think the right move was Commissioner Manfred to establish that we're not forcing you to play. But at the same time, of course, they want all these players to do it in unison, to be together through the Players Association and get all the best players and the brightest players, because this is a time you need eyeballs on the game once it does come back.
And what I always keep coming back to is the fact that, like, first of all, they're not essential. They're not food service industry workers, grocery store, healthcare, whatever. So this all is just a want. It's not a need. But I mean, I agree with you, Doug. This is very, very good for the country. It'd be good distraction, entertainment for everybody. But these players are not just thinking about themselves. They have to think about their wives, their children, their family members, their parents that they may be coming into contact with. If they pick up the disease and they're able to fight it off, then they don't want to pass the virus on to anybody else. So it's thinking about more than just them. So I really do understand why some of these guys like Blake Snell or others would not want to play.
I understand all that, but there's going to be hundreds of millions of people going back to work in office situations, and they're going to have to deal with the same realities that the players have to deal with. It's not always easy for anybody to tell somebody they must do something. I don't expect players to go back to work, especially the ones that have pre-existing conditions. They shouldn't go back to work. It's too big of a risk. But from the perspective that it's just baseball players that are at risk, we're a whole world full of people that are going to be at risk going back to work. So from that perspective, I understand it. I understand their entertainment, but Major League Baseball is going to do everything they can. And Rob Manfred has talked about the fact that players are going to be tested at least 2 times a week. That if somebody tests positive, they'll go to isolation, but it won't be for 2 weeks. That means it won't stop the game itself. Believe me, there's a 80-page manual that they are handing over to the Players Association that depicts everything medically that they plan to do and want to do to keep players safe. So from that perspective, I think many of the players and most will go back.
Now, we talked about the fact that Commissioner Manfred and Major League Baseball, they're not going to force players to play, but you said you see a lot of players wanting to go back. Do you think that is where the bulk of players will lean as opposed to not getting back to business and playing? Are we going to see more guys wanting to go?
Well, they're going to want to come back, Cole, because of the fact that this is what they do for a living. They have a very short, very, very short window to their careers. People's careers in baseball average 4 years. So from that perspective, they can't emotionally, monetarily, physically afford to take a whole year off, because it wreaks havoc with a baseball athlete, with any athlete. They miss an entire year, in this case, more than a year. That could just change the course of their whole careers going forward. So you're going to see many of them, once they feel safe comfortably with the medicals, yearning to come back for many, many important reasons.
Yeah, and I think to that point is there's an element of luxury that we have to identify here. I mean, Blake Snell can say that because he can decide, I don't want to make 2.3 million. I want to make my full boat. I mean, there is a luxury to that. And as you mentioned, Bruce and Tony, just, this is not essential for, food and people recovering from virus, illnesses related to the virus. But at the same time, that, as you mentioned, Bruce, you do have a small window in your career, and there's many other players behind you that may say, I'll play, or they'll raise their hand. They might be single with no kids and have different circumstances. But for the health of the game, certainly the icons, it would be beneficial for those players to elect to play. But it also could literally change overnight if something goes wrong, and then you have to reconsider everything all over again.
Yeah, and I just look at a guy like John Lester. I mean, he doesn't really have anything more to prove in the game. He's getting up there in age, so he could just retire, walk away, decide it's not worth the risk. That being said, I mean, this is potentially his last year in a Cubs uniform, whether we have a season or not. And he's trying to make a Hall of Fame case. Maybe he needs a little bit more to go out there, more wins, more innings, more good starts to make that Hall of Fame case stronger. So I think on an individual basis, you look at a guy like Lester, there's a lot of motivation to come back for the points that you guys all said.
And
take another very interesting to see. Go ahead, Bruce.
take it one step further, what Tony's point is, and that is a guy like John Lester has had more time to rest at age 36. So this could work to the older players' benefits when they come back, that they've had more time to recover. You know, when you look at a baseball athlete and you see the attrition over their career and year to year, this extra time might work to their advantage, especially being a shortened season.
Yeah, well, like we said earlier, it's going to be interesting to see how many different career decisions are made as 2020 is speeding down the road. Now, there's more to come right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, including Alec Mills. He's going to stop by, and he doesn't know when the season is going to start or what his role is going to be, but he is knowing how he's going to stay ready. We'll let you know that next, right here. You're watching Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
Good job, you guys. Good stuff. We got our B block. We already taped Bruce and Cole interviewed Alec Mills about an hour and a half ago. So that's in the can. So let's move on to the C's. And in the C's, we're talking about the best left-sided infield in baseball. Again, that's playing off of the Cubs would have been playing the Padres today in a 4-game series. Would have been the second game of a 4-game series. So we know how strong the left side of their infield is. So we're just comparing some best left-sided infields in baseball, and you guys can, have your pick and tell us why. We have about 4 minutes for this segment, so that Cole may have some time to retee one or two of you guys. So let's start with Tony here, Cole. We'll just go right back down. We'll go Tony, Doug, and then Bruce, and then I'll update you guys how much time we have from there. Cool. Thank you, Kevin. Hold on, Cole. Let me check with my director real quick.
Okay.
All right, here we go, Cole. You guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. All good.
3, 2, 1.
Back here in Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, we continue to roll. The guys, they're still intact. It's Bruce, Doug, and Tony. And as we know, Chris Bryant, former MVP winner, and Javi Baez, just 2 years ago, well, he was runner-up to the same award. Now, if we had a season right now, we'd be in game 2 of a 4-game set with the San Diego Padres, and that would be a battle of the left side. KB and Javi versus Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., which gets us to our Miller Lite refreshing take of the day, where I ask you guys the question, do the Cubs have the best left side of the infield in all of baseball? Tony, what do you say, yes or no?
It's hard for me to say, but it's a no from me. I'm actually going to go with left side of the infield that has not yet played together in the regular season. Anthony Rendon and Andrelton Simmons over with the Angels. These guys, I mean, defensively, you're talking about potentially two of the best at the position, maybe the two best. And then what Rendon did in the playoffs last year, the way he was clutch and came up with, I mean, every time he had an at-bat with guys in scoring position in elimination games, he came through somehow, and his offensive numbers are right up there with the best in the league. So I'm actually going to go with those two guys.
Yeah, I think I'd have to put the Cubs left side, KB and Javi, in the top 3. But my top choice would be Francisco Lindor and Jose Ramirez with the Cleveland Indians. I mean, now Ramirez had a tough first half last year, but he ended up hitting .327 in the second half with 11.05 OPS. And Lindor every year, 40 doubles, 30 home runs, the defense. These guys are electric. And you add the switch hitting combined.
Hey, Doug,
who do you put in? Oh, yeah, okay.
Sorry, we keep stopping you. We just had an issue again. But you know what? We will pick it up with you because we got all the way through Tony. So just whenever I'll count you, I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, and just pick it up as if you were getting it off Tony.
Okay, and it's not my mic. I'm just making sure it's not on my end. So
no, it's not you.
No, you're all good, Doug.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's us
cool.
completely. It just happens when we keep talking to you for some reason.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
good.
All right. No problem.
Yep. You good, Kevin?
I'm good. Rural.
All right. Cool. All right. Here we go, Doug. 3, 2, 1.
Well, certainly in my top three is KB and Javi. I mean, you have to look at the fact that these guys are, MVP level. But then when I actually think through can I do that again? Let me take that again. I don't want to, let me start again before I get deep into the hole there. All right. You want me to count myself in?
Yeah, I'll do it. Here you go. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
So in my top three would definitely be KB and Javi. But for my number one, I have to go with the Cleveland Indians. You have Francisco Lindor at short and Jose Ramirez at third. And you're talking about great defense. Lindor, just Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. He's got the 40 home runs, 40 doubles, 30 home runs a year, steals bases. And Ramirez, although he had a bad first half last season, the second half he hit 327 with an 1105 OPS. And by the way, they're both switch hitters. So what do? You can't bring anybody in to get these guys out. So right now I see them as the cream of the left side, but Javi and KB are right behind them.
Well, I'm also going to pass on the Chicago Cubs. I know it's tough to do because they're great, but you guys might think I'm Rocky Mountain High, but I'm going with Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado because those two are monsters, not only on offense where they put up the huge numbers everywhere, not just at Coors, but everywhere. Defensively, they're as good as anybody as well. So this subject is so strong in shortstop and third baseman combinations that you can name 6, 7 groups and be right about it. But in this case, it's Arenado and it's Story for me.
Okay, Tony, what can KB and Javi do to change the mind of Doug and Bruce as 2020 looks to get underway?
I think the biggest thing is just health. Both of these guys have had health issues the last few years. We didn't see Javi in all of September last season. Bryant had the knee issue last year, the shoulder issue 2 years ago. So I think these guys absolutely have the potential to be number one, certainly in the top 3 or 4, like Doug and Bruce are saying. But I think it just comes down to health and staying on the field and doing what they can do when they're available.
Yeah, well, maybe one of those guys can bring home a World Series MVP award, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse. They have to get there. First things first. Now, more to come right here on Cubs 360, including Ben Zobrist. Speaking of World Series MVPs, he won it when the Cubs broke the curse in 2016. So if this 2020 team, if they want it all, they're going to need another igniter. So who's it going to be? We'll discuss. That's next right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
Once again, just make sure that's all good, Suzanne.
Good stuff, guys. All right, final segment here. We're just gonna you guys are each gonna give us who you think needs to be the igniter for the Cubs if they are to win the World Series this year. Again, that's playing off our promo of having Doug Glanville, or excuse me, Jermaine Dye on
Fred McGriff.
with Ryan Dempster for off the mound. So you guys will each have about 30 to 40 seconds each to make your point. So plenty of time here, and we'll just go back down the line. We'll go Bruce, Doug, and then Tony. And again, thank you guys for working through our technical issues. What's up, Tony?
For this season specifically, not like in the future for 2020 if they win a 2020 World Series?
Yep.
Okay.
This season. Cool. Thank you.
And you said Bruce, Doug, and Tony, right, Malik?
Correct.
Right. And we could do something broad, right? Like a rotation.
Yes.
Is where I'm thinking. Okay,
correct.
Cool.
Here we go, Cole.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
So Ryan Dempster plus Jermaine Dye and Fred McGriff. Well, it looks like that equals tons of fun plus plenty of insight. You can catch that right here, 7 o'clock and off the one more time. Keep wanting to get that Sloan. Make sure I get that.
Yep.
In. They paid
No
us.
worries. 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Ryan Dempster, Jermaine Dye, and Fred McGriff. It sounds like tons of fun and plenty of insight. You can catch that on Off the Mound tonight, 7 o'clock, presented by Sloan. Now, it is closing time here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. Bruce, Doug, and Tony still in tow. And Jermaine Dye, as we know, he was a World Series MVP back in the day with the White Sox in 05 when they won it all. And he was in his first year with the team, much like Ben Zobrist was with the Cubs in 2016. Now, gang, if the Cubs want to win a World Series, they're going to need to ride the coattails of somebody like Zobrist in 2016. So this year, Bruce, who do you think it would be?
Well, I'm going to go with Craig Kimbrell. He's got to be the shutdown guy for them all season and in the World Series. He's the guy that has to get it done. You need a dominant guy at the end, and that is certainly going to be the case if the Cubs are going to go all the way. You can make a case for a number of different people, but in my world, it's going to be Kimbrell at the end, closing the American League team out.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit broader because I see the starting rotation the last couple of years. I mean, that is the anchor, and you have bigger questions because you're coming back off of this virus in this time period. Whenever that happens, you're going to have challenges with pitcher readiness, and anybody who's a step ahead in your rotation or being able to go deeper into ball games is going to have a leg up. And we saw when Yu Darvish got hot last season, you found it. That changed everything. I mean, that was all of a sudden a chance to win every ball game. So they're older, and they're going to have to figure out how to stabilize that. And that's, to me, the key for the Cubs' success in 2020.
Yeah, I'm going to go with kind of cheating a little bit, but Kyle Schwarber and Wilson Contreras, because that top three of the Cubs order, I think it is really solidified with Bryant, Rizzo, Javi. But you need these guys after. And we've seen Schwarber and Contreras offensively in these little bursts over the last couple of years. But if Schwarber's second half of last year was real, if Contreras can stay healthy and really put it all together for a full season, I think it changes the entire dynamic of the Cubs lineup. So I think those two are the guys for me that could step up. They could get hot, be World Series MVPs for this team.
I'm going to Anthony Rizzo. A little offense plus defense could equal another World Series championship. Now, guys, before we get out of here, we have some housekeeping notes to keep you abreast on. Of course, Cubs 360, the best of, that'll debut right here at 11:30. You won't want to miss that on Saturday. You can catch interviews with Tom Ricketts, Mike Wilbon, and Jason Hayward. And Cubs 360, we're going to have a new time on Monday. It's 7:30 Central right here on Marquee Sports Network. So until then, well, it's goodbye for everybody here, including Bruce, Doug, and Tony. And for everybody at Marquee Sports Network, I'm Cole Wright. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
All right. You guys are clear. Again, thank you for your patience today. Cole, if you could stick around, that'd be great.
All right, guys, enjoyed it.
Best.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys.
All right, guys. See you guys soon, Bruce, Tony, Cole.
Later, guys.
Catch you guys.
Sorry about that, Malik.
Oh, I got to change shirts. I'll be back. Oh, a red background. Spicy. Hey, Malik. You guys got me?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah. Hey, can I redo the A bump?
More before I should
Would
record.
that be a problem logistically, or?
No.
I just didn't like the way it came out.
It's just your voiceover, so we'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Hold on a second. Hey, we're gonna redo the A bump for 360 on Friday. It's just a voiceover, so can we record this real quick?
Yep, I'm rolling.
Okay. Go ahead, Cole. I'll count you in. 3,
No doubt.
2, 1.
All right, guys. Still to come on the show, Alec Mills. He doesn't know when the season will start or what his role is going to be. So how's he staying ready? He's going to tell us next, right here. You're watching Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. There we go. Thanks, man.
I mean, I don't think.
What's up? The red background looks nice, man.
Weird, your mic is up. Do it one more time.
Cole, you got me?
Yeah.
Okay. You're good for all these scripts then?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So the first one is just your introduction, and then eventually you're leading to Ricketts.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on real quick.
Yep. Great. All right, Cole, let's do this.
You got it, man.
Hold on, let me reset my clock here on my nice trusty Apple phone. All right, you ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Time now for the best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. And just like Monday through Friday, I'm still Cole Wright. And what a week it was. We were able to catch up with Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts, Gold Glover Jason Hayward, and ESPN's Mike Wilbon. And we're going to show you the best of each and every single one of those conversations. Plus, we're going to debate who's had the best nickname in the history of Major League Baseball. But first things first, earlier in the week, Len Casper and I were able to catch up with Tom Ricketts and talk about how he and his family, along with the Cubs, are dealing with this coronavirus crisis. Let's have a listen.
Perfect. Okay, let's do the A block bump.
Oh, that's on my phone. Never mind. I'm sorry. Normally it's up and rolling. We didn't have any VOs in the show today.
Yeah, you should be teasing Hayward here.
Yep.
Okay.
I just had to open the dock up. Boom. All right, whenever you're ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, still to come, we're about to get up close and personal with Jason Hayward. He's taking advantage of his time in quarantine, and it doesn't have much to do with baseball. An explanation when the best of Cubs 360 by Miller Lite rolls on. Stay put.
Looks good, but can't hurt you if you too.
Was it a video hit or audio? Because audio is all we need for that one.
Audio hit on my end, but you're good.
No, I saw a hit on.
Let's do it again. We'll do it again.
Okay.
Do it again? No doubt.
Yeah. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, still to come, we're getting up close and personal with Jason Hayward. He's taking advantage of his time in quarantine, and it doesn't have much to do with baseball. An explanation when the Best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, continues. Stay put.
Okay.
I stopped the recording for 8 o'clock.
Great. So let me know when you're ready. Let me know when your record's ready. Cool. So, Cole, this is your lead into Hayward.
You got it.
On camera.
I'm ready.
You're good? You're good, Kev?
Yep, I'm rolling.
Great. Cool. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Cole right back with you here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. And it's year 5 for Jason Hayward. And this season, well, it's going to be like, unlike. That's the thing about live. When you do it live, you can just correct things on the air.
Right. Oh, trust me. I hate tape shows. It is what it is. But it's actually this past 7 weeks, it's actually hasn't been as painful as some of them can be. So it's been fun.
No, we've tried to keep everything, pretty streamlined.
Right.
Let's just keep rolling. So
yeah. All right,
Yep.
Here we go. No worries. 3, 2, 1.
Cole right back with you here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. And this season, it'll be year number 5 for Jason Hayward in a Cubs uniform. And this campaign will be unlike any he's ever seen. Now, earlier in the week, the J. Hay Kid, he caught up with us here on Cubs 360 to talk about everything that's been going down during quarantine, how he and his family have been able to spend a little quality time.
Okay. So this is an off-camera bump read. You should be bumping the Wilbon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
More to come, including from the Cubs of today to the Cubs of the past. ESPN's Michael Wilbon has maintained a connection to his favorite squad. He tells us why Ernie, Billy, and Fergie have always held a special place in his heart. That's next, right here on the Best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
I stopped that recording.
Hey, Malik on Teams. Suzanne.
So, Cole, just make sure you're referring to Best of 360, not just 360.
You got it? Did I not say best of?
Not sure on the second block or the B block lead-in. Maybe we'll do it after. But let's keep rolling through the C's.
You got it.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. I'm still Cole Wright. And over the years, as we know, Michael Wilbon, well, he's gained national prominence from the Washington Post to ESPN. But one thing that's remained a constant is he has always stayed close with his favorite team, the Cubs, and his hometown of Chicago. Now, Michael Wilbon, he grew up on the south side of Chicago, idolizing players like Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, and Ferguson Jenkins. And he told us why he's kept that allegiance with his team and what 2016 meant to him, not just as a member of the media, but also as a fan.
Okay. So you should be off camera here teasing best nicknames.
You got
it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Now, we all know we love to see those nicknames on the jerseys during Players Weekend. So who's had the best nickname throughout baseball history? We're going to give you the lowdown when the Best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, returns.
Okay, D's. So your leading here is to the best of nicknames.
And
This is
just
on
real
camera.
quick, Notch, Fred McGriff had home runs in 40 different ballparks. Correct? Is that a quick look?
I'll get it for you.
Okay. He was number one forever. I don't think he's number one anymore.
I'll try.
More than 40.
More? You think more than 40?
That's what Notch said.
How many?
He's getting it. Gonna take a second.
Okay.
Hey, let's redo that B block lead in while we wait.
Oh, that
43 ballparks.
43?
It's 43.
43 different ballparks?
Let's redo the B though, anyways. Well, I just want to hear from Notch. I'm sure Andrew is right, but I just want to get it confirmed from Notch.
Okay, we're just doing all the B's?
No, just your lead in.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
because I didn't say best of.
Yeah, correct.
You got it.
And 43 is correct. Thank you, Andrew and Notch.
Thank you, fellas.
All right, redo the B's. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Cole right back with you here on the best of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. And earlier this week, the J. Hay Kid, Jason Hayward, he stopped by and he let us know about everything. I just wanted season 5. Never mind.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Cole right back here on the best of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. And this season, it'll be year number 5 in a Cubs jersey for Jason Hayward. And the Gold Glove winner, well, he stopped by the show a little bit earlier in the week and he let us know how he and the family have been handling everything under the sun since the quarantine shutdown. Listen up.
Cut off 2 seconds. All right. All right, we just got to do our last two. Lead into nicknames and then goodbye. You're on camera for both of these. And you got me, 43 was correct?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Cole right back with you here on the best of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. And how about Fred McGriff, the crime dog? Home runs in 43 ballparks throughout his career. And he spent 2 of those years of his career with the Cubs in the twilight. When it comes to nicknames, well, the crime dog is at the top of the list. So when it comes to the best of the best, well, who has the best nickname? That's a topic that we kicked around with Bruce, Len, and Pete and I earlier this week. Here they are.
Okay, goodbye. And on camera for this.
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Well, thanks for stopping by on the best of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. And once Monday rolls around, regular Cubs 360, well, we'll have a new time. Catch us at 7:30 on the dot right here on Marquee Sports Network. And for everybody at the network, I'm Cole Wright. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good one.
All right. We are clear.
What's up, guys?
All right, good job, Cole. Thank you for your help this week.